I will admit up front that I know very little about procurement. However, what I have done quite a bit in the last few years is talk to people in procurement, and so about connected homes, about buying these types of products and services. And so what I thought I would do today is try to go through some of those processes for you and maybe change the way you approach it slightly. Now, at VIVA, what we do is we build a software platform for the connected home that uses artificial intelligence and sensor data to build a model of the way people live their lives in their homes. And then by using that information, we try to automate and optimize home security, peace of mind, energy efficiency, and home comfort. Ideally without requiring the family to really change the way they live in their house. And obviously to do this requires you to install things in your house. Sensors, actuators, switches, etc., so that we can have this ability to actually learn from your house and control your house. The problem today with, I would guess, most of our houses is that none of that infrastructure is in place. So our homes are sort of stuck in this level on electromechanical. And I don't know if you've seen this pyramid before, but if you think about this in terms of transportation, manual at the bottom there is walking. And at the top is a future that's talked about a lot today, which is the ability to have just fleets of autonomous vehicles who drive around and you just sort of push a button and it appears and takes you somewhere. You never have to think about owning a vehicle. You don't really have to think about vehicles. They appear, they do their thing, and they leave. And what's the benefit that cars have is that a lot of these steps can be accomplished without having to go all the way to a fully autonomous vehicle. Having electronically controlled brakes in your car is good today. It doesn't require you to have a fully autonomous vehicle. But when it comes to, and another benefit obviously with cars, that we replace them a lot more often than we replace things in our homes. The problem we have with a smart home is that you have to replace things like light switches or it's in your switch box or door locks or heating controls to really get the benefit of a smart home. And that requires an investment. And I think that's part of the reason I want we talk about this sort of space. We talk about Internet of Things, because the things is what we have to buy. Right? You have to go and buy things connected to the internet. But the things are really very important in the grand scheme of things. They're merely the object that enables us to add a software layer to your home, to your life. And if you think about something like a smartphone, this is an IoT device that pretty much I'm assuming everyone in this room has. There's a powerful little computer that's always connected to the internet and is chock full of sensors. And it allows you to do so much that just wasn't possible 10 years ago, before the iPhone was launched. And obviously, there's been those devices are quite costly, but there's so much you can do now with a $15 smartphone that you can also do a $1,000 iPhone, and that's really about that software layer. And so, if you think about this from your home, you think about a connected door lock, a connected thermostat, heater. I like the door lock as a very concrete example, because how many people here have replaced their door lock? You have 3 people. The rest of you have door locks, right? Yeah. And the fact is, like, a door lock is very similar to other types of infrastructure in your house. You don't care about it. The only time you really replace it is if you go with a digital door lock or it's broken in some way. But once you replace it, once you take this mechanical device and add a little bit of electronics to it, it can do all the things that it does today, but it also opens up a world on the short term of being able to remote control being able to make sure that it's always locked, You can tell by opening an app to find out. But it also opens a whole new world of the future of software and services and possibilities that we haven't even really thought about yet. Things like allowing delivery companies access temporarily, or temporary healthcare, allowing people to live in their homes longer and having healthcare come by and help them. You can maintenance, all these sort of things enables you can do that with that connected door. And the same thing really goes with other things like sensors. It allows you to be more energy efficient. You place a very rather inexpensive sensor in a house or in a room, and it can tell you the temperature, it can tell you the light level, it can tell you if there's motion in that room. And for younger people, that has benefits of being energy efficient. You can control lights automatically, open and close blinds. As you grow older, it allows you to live in your house longer. It allows you to notify, someone from a healthcare professional doesn't have to come out to your house, but they can get a report that says, you're moving around your house, everything's fine. Same thing with video cameras, all these sort of things. And that little device, which is a really, in effect, a very dumb little thing, can do so much once it gets connected to the software. And what we do today is really on the tip of the iceberg. And so the core message is that when you're procuring connected homes, you are buying software as a service. And as you sit there on the first day and you're looking at how much will this cost for the first year to get this into X thousands of homes, that cost of the devices is going to be the higher cost. And that's where you're going to sort of spend all your time focusing on. But that's really, in many ways, the wrong thing to think about. What you really have to think about is the 15 years after those things are in that house. How do you build a business model around being able to deliver continuous software to those homes? How do you build a business model around making it easy for a user or a homeowner to get a wide range of devices into their house without having to spend a fortune on day one? How do you build them? How do you change? When a home changes owner, how does that work? All those sort of things are much more important in the sort of long-term view of procuring the services. And we talked about Netflix. It's like it's like you had to buy a television from Netflix, but you wouldn't want Netflix to stop working. You wouldn't want Netflix to be the Netflix you got when you got that television. You want to keep paying for Netflix so that you get new television programs, you get new content. And that's the same thing here. Because ultimately, we think that the home of future is going to be a platform for digital services, or for services that combine the digital and the physical. It's about controlling energy better. Smart meters are being rolled out across Europe. And the aim is for every European home to have a smart meter by 2020. People are producing their own electricity through solar panels and other things. They have the ability to sell that back to the grid. There's a whole range of new services around delivery, around healthcare, around maintenance. There's home security, fire security, flood security. And then you have all these devices that are coming in the market that have connectivity simply because it makes no sense not to get them connected. If you buy a dishwasher, adding a Wi-Fi chip to a dishwasher costs the same as not adding a Wi-Fi chip to a dishwasher. So they will do it. But those objects are probably quite stupid. A favorite example of mine is a connected umbrella, which makes a lot of sense when you're in the pub and you forget it and it tells you that you've got your umbrella, you go back and you get it. It makes less sense if you have a house that's smaller than sort of a tiny little one-bedroom apartment. You hang it in the hallway, you go sit on the terrace, and your phone keeps telling you that you've forgotten your umbrella because you're now a certain distance away from your home. If that object could actually connect to your house, could get that intelligence, could learn about you, you could do so much more. And the key here is really that, and going back to the thought of what the iPhone was like when it got launched and what our smartphones can do today. I mean, the key is that we don't know what we can do, but we need to make sure that when we buy these products, when we plan for these services, we need to plan for a future that has an immense potential and that needs to be updated and maintained and developed over time so that that potential can be fulfilled.